Hello, and welcome to our playthrough of Dune Awakening, focusing on single player content and story content. And now let's head into our episode. Hello, welcome back to our playthrough of Dune Awakening. Story wise, not much happened. We did the sixth trial. I'm trying to think. We did the sixth trial. We did some more. God, I'm just racking up the research. Okay, water-wise. Yeah, I'm up to plastinium, I guess. So here, let me grab this, which is... What is this? A large water cistern for 30. And a large wind trap for another 30. That leaves us 122. Combat-wise, we're into duraluminum. The knife. I do like the spit dart, which does mean I think we're going to go with the snub nose for close combat. Or is there something else I'd rather get? Oh, that's probably going to be a quest. An iodide pill. Okay. That feels important. The spice wine, not so much. Vehicle-wise. Alright, you know what? I don't know if I'll be going the buggy. Apparently, Scout Ornithopter's definitely the way to go. So let me go ahead and grab that. And then thrusters storage. Buggy, scout thruster, rocket launcher. Oh, interesting. Maybe you do have to go assault once you get to duraluminum. Alright, well, we'll hold off then. But, again, story-wise, we did the fifth trial, and we learned, past settlement, I've seen the Fremen, their ruthless use of the desert against their enemies, Shai'Halud, their god, and the planet Portrait, where the Zinsuni were punished for their complacency. Is there a link between them? I don't know, but I must find out. Another trial awaits somewhere ahead. Oh, I never saw that. Were taken and made slaves. Right. But yeah, so I think the Zinsuni and the Portrait were originally the Fremen, and then at the Battle of Harmontemp, they were made slaves. And then while traveling, the second and third trials were about, and fourth trials were about them traveling and facing hardships and that sort of thing. And what is the weight of a kindly god? What is the weight of a benevolent god? That sort of thing. It's like, oh, well, if they're nice and kind, then you don't learn to think for yourself, because why do you need to? You don't learn to take action, because why do you need to? That sort of thing. Okay. And then we learn about, the city now on the 6th. Somewhere in the northeastern regions of Jabal Ifrit al-Sharq. Follow your power compass to the north and east, amidst the Jinn's towering spires across the river. Seek eyes among the stones, or M. So if we hit M, that is here, right? Ifrit al-Sharq? Journey. Yes. So the 6th trial is in here. And we'll go ahead and try to scout that today. Now, I never thought I would say this, but I have to pull this out. Normally, I play a game until I'm done with it, and I move on. I'm not done with this game. And when we started this, I was like, this playthrough, I think 40 episodes ago at this point, if not longer. Hold on. Right? You should be currently listening to episode number 39. right. And I was like, I'm not sure there's going to be enough single player. There is more single player than I know what to do. So I think what I'm going to do is something I honestly have never done before. Normally I finish a game, I move on, I might play it in my free time. And Age of Wonders 4 does like something major. I'll go back to that. We've also got the series, right? That's a bit unique. Sins of Solar Empire 2, we did multiple videos on that, but that was like, oh, something major has happened, that sort of thing. Normally it's like playing Total Warhammer 3, because we do strategy games. Story-wise, like, right, God of War, played it through once. God of War 2, I don't remember the subtitle, I played it through once. You know, I generally don't go back for non-strategy games. There is still so much to do here in Dune, right? We're still doing the Mentat journey. We're still doing the planetologist journey. You know, we just started the journey for the Swordmaster. We haven't even started the journey for the Bene Gesserit. We kind of did like, you know, technically we started the journey for the Trooper sort of thing. I don't think I'm going to show these two online. I would like to show these three, if possible. You know, we're still doing the journey for this. At the time of recording, there is 4 days left until Age of Wonders 4 Archon Prophecy drops. I will not be playing it on release date. But, so, peek behind the curtain, this is being recorded on a Sunday in August. Next Sunday, you know, 8/10, so on 8/17, I would like to start Age of Wonders 4. Which means what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to try to do as much as I can, excluding the 7th trial. And then we're going to play Age of Wonders 4. And then we're going to come back to Dune and finish it up or play it until we're done. Or Ghost of Yotai, I leave on vacation. Because that should take me to my vacation in October. August, September, October. And then in October, I'll be gone for a week. Again, behind the curtain. And then I will come back and start Ghost of Yotai. And I would rather... I don't want to start Ghost of Yotai, leave for vacation, and then come back for Ghost of Yotai. I would rather just play Dune, however long it's going to take, go on vacation, and then come back and start Ghost of Yotai. So that is where we are. So story-wise, that story-wise. And I was complaining about the steel wall. We've hit that between recording sessions. I went up to a medium ore refinery. I know. Oh. There we go. Accidentally did all the carbon, right? Which uses more power, that sort of thing. More importantly, it can start refining aluminum. And I was like, oh, I'll jump to aluminum. Here's the issue. I was under the impression, is there any tier 3 skills I want to get? You can go up into tier 3 of Mentat, but I don't think there's any tier 3 in there I want to get. Planetologist we're good on. Actually, I don't know how vehicle scanning works. We are going to need vehicle mining. So I do have to keep that in mind. I do want to do at least the Swordmaster for blade damage. Next time the blade for the period. Alright, that's actually pretty good. Yeah. I might dump trauma recovery for Dance of Blades, right? 10%, 15%, 20% for 10 seconds isn't bad. Although disciplined breathing is probably better, right? Because the more stamina you have, the more swings you can take, that sort of thing. So I think the way is pretty good. So yeah, I did that. I started using filters. How much water do I have in here now? Awesome. So I started using filters, right? Because I did manage to get a wind trap up and running. This is low grade. I thought, right? Can we check the storage? All right, fully used up. If I load this up, I thought they were active. I'm actually going to shut you off. Apparently there's still one in there. So I'll do that to save some time. I thought that it was 20 days. It's 20 hours. So once a day. There is another level. We're using makeshift filters. There is another level to that. I never remember where they are. Here they are. There's standard filters, which again uses aluminum, and a lot of water, and a lot of plant fiber, and silicone blocks. And the particulate filter is for the giant one. So this cap is 20 hours. I assume this is double that. I hope 40 or maybe at least 36 sort of thing. However, in order to make a single aluminum ingot, so let's take a look, right? Copper ingots, 4 to 1, no water. Great. Iron, 5 to 1, 25 water. Okay. And then combine that with steel, that's a little annoying. 50 water, that sucks. 3 to 1. Okay. But now that I've got things rolling, it seems to be working. So here's the thing. Aluminum, 7 to 1. Well, bollocks me.
Weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
200 water to make a single aluminum ingot. Right? So that means in order to make a basic Mark IV Scout Ornithopter, right? There's 45 aluminum ingots there, plus 340 water, right? So if I open this, Expedition 33, we're gonna shred this. We don't need to. I could actually just shred all of this. There we go. I don't need any of this, right?
Sector weather alert.
45 ingots, and right, and we know we need 7 aluminum, so that's 45 times 7. Or another way to do this is how do I do that? I gotta remember how to do. Right. Sorry. This equals this times this. There we go. 315 aluminum ore. Just for this. But the issue is that, right? Or water equals this times 200. 9,000 water just to make
sector weather alert.
This
a large
hull.
Sandstorm is approaching.
Right? Oh my god. Plus 340. Alright, there's 18,000 water there. Plus another 300. There's another 27,000 water. There's another, a little less. Right? Oh, how many wings do we need, do you think? At least 4? So 4 times 9 is 36? So, you know, generator. And then we're going to need the storage, which is another 55. We're going to need hundreds of thousands, right? 45 plus 45 is 90 plus... hold on. Well, I got a calculator, so let's do the math, shall we? Calculator. 45 plus 45 plus 35 plus 35, right? 45, 45, 45, 35, 35, missed a 45, and then 4, we'll probably say we need at least 4, I would imagine. So, just to be safe, 46 plus 36. That's 241. And we're going to change this to just times 7. That still works. Delete. So we need 241. We'll round up. 250 aluminum ore means we need 2,000 aluminum ore, 50,000 water to make this. That's just this. And then we want to add this, which is another 55. So we'll say an even 300. Oh, look. 60,000 water. Well, bollocks. That means we're going to need at least, I would argue, bare minimum. I think it's under water. It does not use power, but at least 2 medium water cisterns. At least 2 wind traps, if not more. But at least 2. And then combine that for the power. That means we're going to need at least 4 wind turbines. Now you're going, why 4 and not 2? Well, because right now we're running 2 generators and a wind turbine. 1 wind turbine equals 2 generators. So if we disable the bottom 2 generators, that means we're going to need at least 2 wind turbines. And then 2 more on top of that. So, we are going to need the buggy. Because the buggy, I looked it up, the difference is a bike weight capacity is 250 at best, right? The buggy is 1,000. Apparently, that's what I'm told via online info. So it is 4 times the. So a buggy you can go out and mine just like 2,000 ore and be good. A scout ornithopter is 500, which is not as much as a buggy, but it's twice as much as a sand bike, and it is infinitely faster than a sand bike. So for mining purposes, what a lot of people apparently do is use the scout ornithopter with storage, because it's a nice balance between capacity and speed. Now you can use an assault ornithopter, as that is 1,500 capacity weight, from what I'm told. However, it's still faster than a bike and a buggy, but it is significantly slower than a scout ornithopter. So, we're just trying to get up to this, which means we have now hit another wall where I need to make the buggy. That's all it comes down to. But that also means, with that much power, I think I'm going to want 2 medium refineries. Is there a medium chemical refinery? Hold on. I think 1 chemical refinery is working for now. Medium or advanced. large, which you probably need to make no, you need plastinium ingots. Duraluminum. Oh, sorry, duraluminum. So that's this. Medium, spice power generator. But it runs on spice, so you have to keep that going. Spice refinery. There is no medium chemical? Oh, there it is. Medium chemical. Okay. Power cost $350. Jesus Christ. Oh, but this generates $350. Okay, so you can use this to get to here. Potentially. Okay. I don't know if we're going to get into plastinium. We'll definitely get into duraluminum. Wow. So there's... I think we might go a second small chemical factory. But what we're definitely going to do is the first thing... the thing I need most desperately now is another cistern. A medium cistern. So, we will go ahead and craft that, and to take... Oh, sorry, that's under water. That is 60 steel, 30 silicone blocks. So, I have enough. I think I will grab... Well, I don't know if I can carry the weight. So, let me do 60 now. And silicone... is in here. I only need 30. So let's go ahead and definitely make one of those. Oh, wow. It is bigger than I thought it was. All right. Definitely make that. It doesn't fit inside. It's slightly too big. The ceiling... Oh, no. Okay, so do I have to build that on the roof, then? Right? Will it fit on the roof? Yes! Huh. Alright, we're gonna place one of those right about here. Not sure why it rolled over. Whoa! Whoa! Okay, or not. Hold on, am I building the wrong thing? Oh, this is large. Okay. Copper, large, medium. Okay, I was building the wrong thing. Okay, so large has to be... Okay, a medium does fit. Oh, thank God. It's like, well, that explains why it was bigger than I thought it would be. Okay, that's much better. So slap one of those down. Great. Now we can store 51,500. We're going to does a medium question? It does. I'm gonna put the plans for one there, but we're not gonna build it. What we are gonna do is demolish this and this. Giving back some copper. How much copper does it take to make? $50. Okay. So, in the starting areas, right, in the Haga Basin, and the gaps, or at least, because we were in... Yes. We were in the Western Familiars Gap, or Eastern Familiars here. So at least in the Eastern Familiars Gap and Haga Basin, when you tear down anything, you get a full refund. But no, we still get a full refund because I tore down 2 and got 2. Okay, good to know. Don't really need the copper, but it just makes things easier. So that gives us 25, yes, 41k, which is a decent chunk of water. So what I am going to do is now run up, and I understand this is probably fairly boring, but if you play the game, this will get you some knowledge. Especially if you're thinking, so now we'll deposit 5, rate, uptime, 15 hours, 13 in circuit, storage. We'll go ahead and enable this, and now we'll slowly generate water as it runs for about 16 hours. I thought it was 20. Okay, but now we need to go back down. Right. Turn this on. Enable. Vehicle fabricator. Back here, by tier, please. Down to the bottom. Right, because we're making the Mark III bug. Oh, wait, I can do this. Expand? There we go. So I have the rear, the hull, and the chassis. So, collapse. I definitely need the rear, the hull, and the chassis. I need the engine, which is 20. The PSU, and 4 treads, which is 5. Let me build 4 treads. We'll start on those. Craft 1 of these and 1 of these. Turret seat. And I think I need the utility rear as well. Oh, hold on. Oh, there's the rear, right? And then there's the utility rear, which comes with and 2 utility. That's weird. So in order to turn it, oh, well, here, we'll stick with what we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? I just have the basic rule. So this might have been a screw up, but it is required for, where are you? Oh, maybe it is here. For a bigger hull. Yeah. Chassis, hull, engine, PSU, 4 treads, and a buggy rear. Now, we've done all of that. I don't understand. Does that trigger it? Yes. Okay, and a PSU. And then I've got to weld it. So I think the issue is, because we're not using the utility back, I can't attach YouTube, just making sure. The mining stuff. So we're gonna park you, my friend. There you go. In there, you served us well, little bike. Now I need a welding tool. Cute. Hopefully it runs on small batteries. Inventory. Welding. 8. Excuse me? There we go. 8. Oh. So I'm gonna have to expand this, aren't I? Because it won't fit inside. It's too tall. I'm either gonna have to build an extension to keep it safe, and I am unwilling. Okay, I have the space. That's good. Yeah, so I am going to have to build an extension to this. I'm going to have to move everything up, right? What needs to happen is this bottom needs to be 2 stories high. And then floor 1, floor 2, floor 3, roof, potentially 2 stories high, right? An open air 2-story high section. And then a section on top of that, potentially for the ornithopter. So yes, so I need to expand the base. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna need stone. Do I have enough stone? I have 100 stone. That is not enough stone to expand the base. Right. Let's continue the story a little, shall we? We are going to head to Anvil Station and turn in a bunch of quests. And then Atreides. Now, actually, before we do that, here's a question. Since we have to expand the base anyways, in you go. That was the wrong thing. That's welding. That's construction. There we go. 8. R. Utilities. Subfief. Binary storage. Okay, so it's not here. It might be under survival. Because we're going to need at least 1 vertical. Here we go. Yes, a stock staking unit. Send line base vertically. Okay, so I have to be holding the solar. Okay, it doesn't... Again, you know what would be a really good quality of life? Don't count just the solarium holding. Count all the money in my bank. Because I still don't understand what this is used for. Right? It's in the bank, but I have to keep running back and forth. Sort of thing. So I know we have to expand vertically. So let me build one of these. And we'll use it. We are about to go get a whole bunch of patch. So we'll figure out how to use this. Great. E. Vertical staking. So how does this work? Do I just slap it down? Okay, hold on. So we'll look at it this way. All right. Okay, so it's got to be placed inside the claim. And then it expands things. Okay. So... I'm gonna place it at the top? Like, it doesn't... I mean, placing it inside the claim makes sense. But... like, do I just slap it down, or... No, I can't... Alright, so it has to be placed... here? So, we're about up to there. So if I place this... and it takes time... you go back under the sun. Out of the sun. 8. Hold on, Rick. Inventory. 8. Oh, out of the sun, please. Oop, 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 oop. It's about to pop. 8. So... yeah! It literally just expanded it vertically. So now, yeah, see, now our top is way up there. Okay. Did it now, did it work? Did it also go down? Right? Because we had a little gap. Ah! So the vertical one, right? So now, if I choose to, I can build straight down here. Jeez. As well, and I can shore up this back section with more walls and that sort of thing. Okay. So what we're gonna do is head back to the anvil. 5. Make sure we've drunk enough water. I think I'm just gonna run full still suits. It's nice having the armor, but oh right, still suit mask, gloves. That's scout boots. Wait, am I running? Alright. Oh, right. I think I'd rather have the heat protection over the armor now. Personally. We'll keep the cutter array, right? That's the best I can have, right? Sorry. We want... oh, the garment fabricators. No, that's the vehicle fabricator. So we'll go ahead. Disable this. Enable this. Duraluminum. I could do an ink vine. Merc. Yes, slaver. Native reprisal. So I'm wearing the best heat protection I can. But you can see I can only keep one thing on at a time. So next step is another wind thing. Okay, so we've actually got a lot to do. We're gonna do a few things. Water is ticking, right? Did I not turn it on? Oh, no, there it goes. Alright. So it is slowly ticking. Are you on? Alright, you're not being... Oh, actually. We kind of need to get ahead of this. Alright, how much iron do I have? Alright, I am going to split... Sorry. 20 iron. Back in you go. What I'm going to do... Don't think I need to do it for filters. But here... 8... back to storage. Go. And what we're gonna do is boop, 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 boop. In you go. We could probably do another 500 happily. Yeah, off. That's fine. Low-grade lubricant. Let me craft... 99. So that'll be a solid 100. I think, yeah, it's the silicone blocks. So we'll let that tick. We'll turn this off for now. And what do we need for... I know it's a lot of base stuff, this first chunk, but needs to be done. There you go. 45 steel ingots, 65 cobalt paste, the calibrated servants. So I have this. That'll give me 2, and then I can do another 2. So there's not, yeah, so 1 at a time. So I'll put that there. Alright, I do have enough. Screwed that up. 20. Cute. And then another 20. You go here. And then how much? 45. Alright, so I can take care of the power. Great. So let me build a second wind generator. Eight. I believe it's under utilities. Is why? Oh, sorry, 65 cobalt paste. I may not have enough to get a third wind generator up. Nope, not there. Gotta go down one more. $65, so I need another 20. Yeah, not cancel, and then another 20 here. Oh, no, I do have enough to get 2 more up and running. And I think that is the goal. And max storage is how many? So we're at 90. 1, 2, 3, 4. So about 500. Okay. But I'll place... for now... Yeah, I might need to extend... So there's 1. So that'll get me Right, 300. Nope, one more floor. So that's that. And these. And then you. And then a third one right here. Perfect. Go. And what I'll do is... Oh, nope. It's one floor up. 1, 2. I quick deposit. Yes, it's only the ones in the back. So that's 300. One, two. It's you. That gives me 8 days of uptime, and we're generating 600 power. But we're about to lose a bunch, right? Yeah, no, that's right. Because what I'm gonna do is manage, disable, storage, take all of that. Ooh. Inventory 50. Storage. Go. 2 days. You know what? I'll do 100. Go. So that's why flour sand probably always sells, because the only way to make silicone is flour sand, and you need a lot of flour sand in this game. Okay? And that... Yeah, so now we're making 415 and using 215. So now I don't have to worry about turning things on and off. I can kick this back on, so I don't have to worry about it, because I use it constantly. I may grab a second one. I might grab a second one of these, just because, right? It uses white. It doesn't use a lot of power anymore. But if this is always making oil, I need another one to be making that. I want to keep that there. Okay. And then back here, storage, cancel, throw that in here. Nope. 100, split. There we go. Okay. Yeah. And then deposit. Great. Okay, and if I'm running... Oh, sorry. If I'm running a bunch of these... Yeah, I might need one for lube, one for filters, and one for just fuel cells. As is. You can see where it's starting to be like, alright, we kind of need to expand the base. if I were to expand the base, right? I really can't go right. I could go left, theoretically, right? And kind of build a little overhang. Just so, right, theoretically what that means, if you can put the layout, right, we could put all the manufacturing, if I expand it that way, potentially on one floor. Wouldn't be this floor. It would be moved up to this floor. Right? And then the second floor would probably be a little manufactured. But this floor, if I go demolish, right? But you can, right, the buggy doesn't fit in here. So this needs to be 2 stories tall to fit the buggy. Right. 8. That can be demolished, that can't be demolished, right? But the buggy doesn't fit. Huh. Okay. Yeah, I think that's the plan. So I think, since we can build up, what I'm gonna do is head back to the anvil and grab stone on the way back. And at least the first 2 hours of this recording, and I understand that was a lot of busy work in this episode, but the second episode will probably be building and adventures, hopefully, and then the third episode will just be maintenance. So we might end up. I am going the wrong way. There we go. This actually, like, I'll keep this solid hour, but understand the next 3 hours might be... Hold on. Oh, I am nowhere near Sparky. Actually, hold on. I'm doing this wrong. No. No, I am not. Alright. Might just be, the next 3 hours of, like, this 1 hour will stay, but the next 3 hours of this particular recording session might be montaged into just, like, fade cut, fade cut, fade cut, just because, like, listen, I just spent an hour doing nothing but building the base. Or that sort of thing. So, do be aware if you see fade cuts in the next few episodes. That's what I'm cutting out, is me just like, alright, we're gonna take an hour and go farm, you know, X amount of thousands of aluminum, or iron, or carbon, or etherite crystal, that sort, plant fiber. We're needing more, of all things, more and more plant fiber. So you know what I would love to see? Some way to grow my own plant fiber. That can stay. And just get like a small constant flow of plant fiber. Because everything is requiring plant fiber. Yep, straight south. Oh, shoot. Sorry, F. Yeah, 53% gets us to where we're going and back. I'll definitely need to repair when we get back. But that should be enough percentage. to get to the Anvil Station, Arrakis, Paul the Worm, that sort of thing. Yeah, we should be good. Grab the stone and head back. Well, hop off the bike. I understand, again, it isn't ideal conditions. But we'll go ahead and do that. 8. Oh, it is optimal time. Alright, so this is going to be super easy. There we go. Full up. So let's head to the Anvil. So we'll do the Anvil, Arrakis, and then some base building. And then we'll see what we can do after this. West here, and that should get us to the... Okay, ping's going wonky. That could be my end. Yeah, I think it's actually easier to go down than back up. There you go, right up here. So we were at 53%. Yeah, it took 2% to get here. We're fine. Stash the bike. Hello, this is Gohan the Chinchilla, and we hope you're having a good day, as do I. As always, we hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to follow, like, subscribe, or comment. Or, even better, come on over to twitch.tv/SparkyTDK and watch me live every Monday through Friday. Thank you for your support.